Conor Knighton is back on the trail to our national parks. This morning, it takes him almost to the ends of the earth.
Despite its name, Gates of the Arctic National Park doesn't have any gates. There's no entrance sign, no cafeteria, there are no roads. This stretch of northwest Alaska is so wild and so remote, it doesn't see many visitors. But twice a year, it's paid a visit by the Western Arctic caribou herd. At over 200,000 animals, the Western Arctic is the largest caribou herd in the United States. And for the rural residents of our 49th state, their arrival means that dinner has finally come to town.
What we do is subsistence hunting, and that's for food, it's what we eat, it's what everything that's in the animal that we catch is used. This is our freezer that we keep all of it in.
A newly to Petluk's freezer is full of caribou meat.
We have big chunks of hindquarter and shoulder blade. My mom and dad were divorced, and so I'm pretty much the man of the house, even though I'm only 16. So I go out, I hunt, I fish, and I trap. It's just what I do to help out in the family.
He and his family live in Anaktuvik Pass, population just over 300. The main way in or out of this village is on a plane, and flying in, you wonder how on earth the first settlers even got here. But the why is simple. They followed the caribou. Long before this land was a national park, it was a source of food.
This fall hunting season, there will be people hunting caribou in the same place that's happened for 12,000 years.
Lois Daly-Mali is a research coordinator for the Alaska National Parks.
Most of the parks in Alaska are established under a different law than the parks in the lower 48.
In the Alaska National Parks, local rural residents are allowed to hunt, just as they have for millennia.
It's just tradition, that's really why we do it.
Is there a cost savings too?
Yeah, a box of bullets costs less than a frozen pizza does.
Groceries in these tiny towns are understandably expensive.
Half gallon of milk. $12.85.
I flew to Ambler, Alaska, population less than 270, to meet Don Williams.
I was getting ready to take pictures of the moose, and the fog rolled in.
Well, I think that made for a better
mystic,
picture.
yeah.
A former Park Service employee who moved out here 40 years ago so he could live off the land. You don't have to be native to be allowed to hunt. You just have to be local.
The hunting, oh my. The caribou, and then we fished, had nets, fished in the river. It was just subsistence life that I really went for. And then you look through the lupe.
Today, most of his caribou hunting days are behind him. He now counts them for Alaska Fish and Game Service.
So in one of these images, how many caribou are you seeing?
15,982.
But his grandson Kituk still heads down the river into Kobuk Valley National Park, where the caribou reliably cross in the same place every fall.
You could make some burgers, caribou burgers. You could make caribou soup. You could just boil it and just have caribou meat just like that, or you could fry it on a pan.
There's no mystery to this meat, which is partially why rural Alaskans love it.
Is that important to you, knowing exactly where that meat came from?
To me, yes. Then I know that it was killed respectfully. I definitely know that I was the one that brought it home to the dinner table.
Respect is a big value here. Respect for the land, respect for the animals, respect for a tradition and a lifestyle that have existed for thousands of years.